Hello and welcome into your Seahawks Report. I'm Jordan Giorgio. We have a ton of news and rumors to get into, so let's go ahead and see what's on tap for today. First bit of news to get into on a sad note, a former Seahawk defensive lineman, Kona Schwenke, has died at age 25. Schwenke was a native of Hawaii, played all 4 years at Notre Dame before going undrafted in 2014 and bouncing around NFL practice squads. He started with the Chiefs, followed by the Patriots, Jets, and Raiders before the Seahawks signed him in May of 2015. Schwenke tore his ACL in a preseason game and was waived the next day. The Seahawks did keep him on their injured reserve list until August 2016 when they released him. He was attempting to make an NFL comeback playing in the Spring League. Next bit of news to get into, the Seahawks have set a workout with Will Blackmon. According to NFL Network's Mike Garofalo, the veteran defensive back who also made stops along the way with the Indianapolis Colts, Cleveland Browns, and Atlanta Falcons, who are all in search of secondary play, Blackmon comes off a 2-year stint with the Washington Redskins, where he was converted to a free safety. During his time with Washington, he appeared in 30 games and started 16 of them. He recorded 60 tackles, 12 passes defended, 3 interceptions, and a sack and a half over the last 2 seasons. In 96 career games, he has 209 tackles, 24 passes defended, and 4 interceptions. Moving on, the next bit of news to get into, Earl Thomas will not be holding out for this upcoming summer. We all know that Thomas has been skipping voluntary workouts, but John Schneider isn't worried one bit about him holding out later this summer. At a charity event on Thursday night, Schneider dismissed a question about whether he thinks Thomas would skip training camp, saying, quote, "No, I don't. He has not said he would hold out. His representatives told me that." Despite the confidence from Schneider, rumors regarding Thomas continue to swirl as the draft approaches. You're watching your Seattle Seahawks Report, presented by Game Time, the #1 mobile app for last-minute sports and concert tickets at the best price in seconds. You could go ahead and visit chatsports.com/tickets to download. Now, before we get into all the latest rumors right out of Seattle, you have to know my rumor scale. So I'm going to go ahead and break it down for you guys, for those of you tuning in for the first time. So if a rumor isn't given any 12 flags, it means it's fake news. Do not believe it. 1 12 flag, small shred of truth to the rumor, but we're not buying it just yet. 2 12 flags, people are talking. 3 12 flags, it's pretty likely to happen. And 4 12 flags, bring on the 12s, baby. This is true. First rumor to get into, do the Seahawks have bad blood with Michael Bennett? Well, I'm giving this one 2 12 flags. People are talking. There was recently some new light shed on why the Seahawks may have moved on from Bennett. On 710 ESPN Seattle, Brady Anderson said that Michael Bennett told him he'd read books during team meetings last year because he'd already heard whatever Pete Carroll was saying. So this might help explain why the Seahawks moved on despite minimal cap savings. Now, of course, this may or may not have been the exact reason why the team had no problem moving on from Bennett, but it certainly is not something that would have helped things out for him. Next bit of news to get into, the Seahawks are expected to release Malik McDowell. We're giving this one 2 12 flags. People are talking. Now, the Seahawks don't currently have a plan to release McDowell just yet, but they don't sound too far off from pulling the trigger. Last week, through Yahoo Sports, Charles Robinson, he came out to say that McDowell suffered extensive eye and brain trauma from an ATV accident last July. McDowell has since come out stating the injuries sustained were not life or career threatening. Since the end of the season, Carroll has brought no new information for us on McDowell, even stating he himself wasn't getting regular updates on him. So at this point, 12s will just have to sit back, relax, and see. So next rumor to get into, are the Seahawks still interested in trading Earl Thomas? 2 12 flags, people are talking. The rumors continue to spin around. Like I said, what will the Seahawks do? Trade or keep All-Pro safety Earl Thomas? We mentioned earlier that last week both John Schneider and Pete Carroll stated that they believe Earl Thomas would be on the team when training camp started in the summer. All of these rumors and speculation, though, will end this week 12. Thomas's fate will have been officially decided. CBS Sports' Jason La Canfora believes that the decision takes him to a new franchise, while the Seahawks are trying their best not to lose any negotiation leverage through their public statements. But I want to bring up a quick reaction poll because I've got to know from you guys at home, what do you think the Seahawks should do with Earl Thomas? Do you think they should keep him, throw up that heart, or do you think they should trade him? Give me a wow face. Next rumor to get into are the Seahawks set on drafting running back out of LSU, Derrius Guice. 212 flags. People are talking. We know Pete Carroll vowed to fix the Seahawks running game through the 2018 NFL draft, and Guice would do just that. Beast Mode 2.0, we'll call him. Guice was a backup at LSU for Leonard Fournette, the Jacksonville Jaguars' 2017 top pick. Yet he still led the SEC in 2016 with 1,387 yards rushing and 15 rushing touchdowns while starting just 6 of 12 games. This is a possibility, 12s, but I want to know from you guys if you want the Seahawks to address the running back position in the first round. So get your reactions in. I've got to know from you. Give me a heart for yes or a wow face for no. Moving on to our next rumor. Is Josh Allen going to be drafted by Seattle? Well, we're giving this one 12 flag. There is a small shred of truth to this. I talked about Russell Wilson's concern about John Schneider scouting Josh Allen last week, and Schneider has come out saying, quote, "It's not out of the ordinary. The most important people in the building are the head coach and the quarterback. I don't feel like we have, and me personally, have done enough good job of continuing to acquire quarterbacks all the way through. That is, since Russell Wilson was drafted in 2012. Although no one is expecting Allen to fall to where the Seahawks are scheduled to pick at 18, so this is pretty unlikely to happen, 12s. Next rumor to get into is Pete Carroll wanting Colin Kaepernick to become a Seahawk. 212 flags, people are talking. Carroll has come out and said, quote, "There may be a place for him." This all comes after ESPN's Adam Schefter reported that the Seahawks postponed Kaepernick's workout because he wouldn't commit to no longer kneeling during the national anthem. According to Schefter, there hasn't been a single team to officially work out Kaepernick since his free agency started following the 2016 season, even though Seattle and the Baltimore Ravens considered it.